You just dropped another major reframing point of view on us because everybody's going to talk for the board level on about customer satisfaction. Nobody talks at the board level about experience, agent satisfaction. But you just said these are two things that are as important, and you explained exactly why. That makes perfect sense. That then talks about, I lightly touched on the conversation about then company culture and how that impacts the agent and therefore the customer. I wouldn't say that over the dawn of time that company culture has been something that like the chief customer officer or chief experience officer have been very focused on. But it sounds like that's an expanded area of real importance that you're focusing on today.
I would definitely say that. And the reality is, whatever CXO you are, I think that if employee culture is not part of what you consider to be a key responsibility, you want to drive an engaged workforce. That comes with transparency, it comes with communication, it comes with room for opportunity and growth. No one goes into a job not wanting to learn more and to grow their career with you. And one of the great benefits of really having a great self-service focus is that it adds career pathing and growth and development for the folks within your contact center as well. And so we are thinking about and constantly evolving, okay, as our universe changes, how do we take a look at our competency matrix and the skills that we require? Where do we need more role differentiation because of what's left and what folks are doing? You have to be constantly watching and evolving, ensuring that while you're evolving the needs of the customer, you're evolving the universe of your employees along with it. Because I think inside of our support team here at Relias, we're very proud of the fact that most of our turnover is promotions out into other roles across the business. And so that is something that it's just built into how we operate. We know we need trainers regularly to help us bring folks on and onboard them and help them be effective because we're going to grow them into something that others in the business want. And you have to understand where people are going, what you can do, and you just have to own it to help them be successful. And it's going to help you be successful as well.
I was actually talking to a CRO and CMO, and they attributed 50% of the success of the company. The CRO has sales underneath them, 50% to the culture inside of their company. 50% of their success they attributed to the culture. So I love what you're saying there. You also talked about reducing agent turnover, giving them career paths and things. Agent turnover is one of those problems I'd classify as it's been such a problem for so long at such a high level that we just kind of learned to live with it. Because we've talked a lot now about the importance of the agent in handling the cases that are much meatier and more complex. If I was to say on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is agent turnover to the overall success of the business, the vitality and the growth of the business? 1, it's not important at all. 10, it's vital to the overall growth and success of the business. How would you rate that on that scale?
I'd be up there in that 8 to 10 range. And I think it's not just agents, it's everyone in your business. And the reality is we have a constantly evolving and changing workforce across any company that's out there. The folks that join your business day to day, your people are your culture. Sometimes the word culture can be a bit of a loaded term because who are you trying to define people? Or are you only looking for certain types of the people? The reality is I want people who work hard, who communicate well, who have passion for what they do. But the culture that we create, it's created by our teams. And every level of turnover, every level of growth with new roles that you have, your culture is constantly evolving and changing. You have control over your workplace environment and how you want that to operate, but the culture of your business and your people. And you bring in new people every day. And so that's why it's really important to do things like regularly survey and do things like skip levels and engage across the business because you're always going to be off the mark. You're going to constantly be taking feedback and adjusting how you operate. But the reality is your workforce changes year over year, sometimes quarter over quarter. And so it's your job as a leader to be listening to your people and really consistently finding ways to improve because it's changing. It's always evolving. So you're never going to be 100% on point, and that's okay. Your job is to get as close to it as you can by constant evolution. And I think that's really important for folks to recognize because even something like motivation styles, how people like to work, the schedules that they're looking for, it changes constantly. If I were to try to run our teams based on what people wanted or how they operated from even 3 years ago, it would be wrong because that's not what folks want nowadays. And I think sometimes you have to stop trying to push people to where you need them to be and start understanding where the workforce is going and how you can evolve with it.